Oh my god. Encoder fucked up. God, dude. Sorry, my stream just completely stopped. Fucking OBS came up with something talking about a fucking encoder problem, and my stream completely cut the whole thing. I don't know what happened. Technical difficulties. OBS has a mind of its own. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything. I don't know why it. Well, glad you got it back. I'm gonna hope it doesn't happen again. It's really struggling to load here. Happen. Draft tracker isn't updating. Fucking rely on the CFL website to work properly. Works good on my end. Hope it stays this way. Yeah, me too, Steven. I had some good views on the first stream. I was actually surprised with how many coming in. Hopefully they find their way back. Hamilton, my team on the clock now with pick number 2. Calgary got Damian Alford from Utah. Pick is in for Hamilton, chat. Who we pick? Devin Verasuk, linebacker from Windsor. 6'2", 240 pounds from Windsor, Ontario. The 2024 season, 74 tackles, 2 sacks. He ran 4.47 in the 40-yard dash at the University of Buffalo Pro Day. 2024 OUA second team All-Star, and he was invited to the Indianapolis Colts mini camp. Devin Verashuk from Windsor. Linebacker. Going to the Tiger Cats. We got our pick there. Uh, don't hate the pick. I just don't know much about him. I was hoping we were gonna go for a receiver. Little bit of help for Bo. I don't hate having a decent putting a decent big man on the team. I don't watch what's it called? Fucking thing. Canadian University football, so thanks for doing the CFL, even though I do not follow the sport that closely with that's even little. How long have you followed the CFL? My whole life. My mom's been a Tiger Cat fan. For here, guys, I'm gonna get rid of this fucking stupid draft thing here because it's not updating and it's not working properly. Give me a second. I'm gonna put a new one up for y'all. Got a new fucking trash. Here we go. There's an updated. Hope that's easier to read. It's updated now. Oh, cool. What do you like about this sport? Been any games? Yeah, I've been to a few games. I've been to a couple Hamilton games, couple of games in Toronto. I enjoy it. It's just football when there's no CFL on. I mean, NFL on. Sorry. But the end zone's wider, much larger than the NFL. It's only three downs, which I don't like. A lot of, I guess, CFL Canadian fans pride themselves on like, oh, we like the three down. I'd rather go four downs like the NFL. Well, that's just the league trying to be different. I think it's 5 inches wider the field is. Not 5 inches, feet. It's wider than the NFL field. Much larger end zone. More opportunities for touchdowns. A lot of people say that makes it easier, but I know. Like football in my country when there's no NFL on, and it's like actual football games that I can go to. And we got a no in the poll. We got two teams outvoted, so I got a Hamilton or a Calgary fan in here, and someone's not happy about the draft pick. Ottawa on the clock now. They're looking to upgrade their defensive line, most likely. Top receiver and Keelan Wyatt and Connor Shea, linebacker from Wyoming, on the board. You had fun experience Possible good food if they sell any. The atmosphere. Okay, I see. Yeah, the atmosphere at CFL games is really cool. It's different than the NFL. The culture, the people. I don't know. It's different in its own way, and I like that we have our own sport, our own set of rules. Games I can go to and attend, you know. I like going to Chicago, right? Well, that jersey is a starter. I have not seen them in a while since my childhood. Yeah, I got this at a thrift event. It's got the classic logo on it. OG CFL logo. Yeah, it's pretty big for me, but I like it. Well, they put a lot of work into that design on the sleeves. Oh yeah, the Tie Cats by far have the best. They're their old logo, but they by far have the best on the sleeve. It's better than a lot of NFL team logos. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the OG Cincinnati Bengals when it was an actual Bengal. All right, the pick is in number 3 for Ottawa. They take Keelan White, the receiver from Montana. Saskatchewan on the clock now. Keelan White, 6'2", 184 pounds. He's from BC. 2024 second team All Big Sky. 57 receptions, 628 yards, 4 touchdowns. 161 receptions, 1,862 yards, and 14 touchdowns in his Montana career. And he holds the school record for longest touchdown from scrimmage, 97 yards. There we go. But a lot of people were kind of expecting to be the best receiver in the draft this year over Damian Alford, but he went first. Keelan White from Montana goes 3 to Ottawa. One of 2 players expected to go in the first round. CFL draft here from Montana. Follow baseball or hockey? No. Damn, the clips they show of him look good. Top program in the FCS2 Montana. They're almost consistently up there every year in the FCS stand. At least making it into the playoffs. The FCS. Believe they Saskatchewan on the clock next, chat. Went deep into the playoffs this year, but I thought they won it. Grizzlies a good FCS program. Ottawa Red Blacks got a good receiver. That is fair to the point. Baseball and football, 2 great sports. What others do you kind of follow? I kind of follow F1 here and there. WNBA basketball. Uh, Yeah, I try to get into hockey and baseball. It's just not my hard for me to. I know, like we got the Blue Jays and a bunch of Canadian NHL teams. I used to be in the hockey when I was younger. I think I just kind of fell out of it. I don't know how many. I believe there's 8 rounds here. I don't know if the whole thing is televised, the whole draft here. I mean, there's 72 picks, and the draft only runs till 8, I believe. Yeah, it only runs till 8, so I'm not gonna get through all. I think we only see the top 11. Not sure how this works. It's fun. I'm the same, but I do like the food at my local baseball games. I hear the food at baseball games is pretty. And the only reason I go is because my mom gets tickets through her job. Right on. Oh yeah, like if I got like free tickets to like a fucking Leafs game, Blue Jays game, I'd go. Yeah, like if someone was just getting me tickets to like yeah, I would go and just enjoy the atmosphere. But I'm not gonna pay the money myself. No, baseball isn't enjoyable for me to watch. It's more those sports you play more than watch. You know what I mean? And hockey, I don't know. I've tried to get into hockey. I don't know. There's something with it now. I just can't get into. Interviewing Damian Alford at the moment. Saskatchewan Rough Riders still on the clock. Fun little fact if anyone in here cares. I actually personally know someone who plays for Saskatchewan. I went to high school with him in Burlington. So he's don't want to fuck it. I think he's a linebacker. I think he's a linebacker, but he's on Saskatchewan. He got some decent minutes last year. I remember watching him on TV. On the bench for his first season or two, but still pretty cool nonetheless. You been to any Raptor games? Yeah, I've been to a few. I've been to quite a bit of Raptor games. Yeah, that I'll pay the money to go to. I'll pay the money to go to a Raptor game, not in Leafs or Saskatchewan. I mean, looking at potentially taking defensive lineman Hayden Harris here from Montana. Like I said, in the top 8 picks here, we have 2 players from Montana expected to be picked. Rough Riders got 2 offensive linemen in the offseason, wide receiver, defensive back, and 2 defensive backs. He had a really good season last year, Saskatchewan. He had another like couple piece, another piece. Riders pick is in. Got pick number 4. Ali Saad, defensive lineman from Bowling Green. Bowling Green State. This is Bowling Green. 6'3", 280 pounds from Windsor. 40 tackles, 8.5 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles in 2024. Played in 44 games in Bowling Green career. 2024 academic all MAC player. Here we go. Second Division 1 player taken off the board in the FBS division. He was expected to go round 2 with the number 9 pick to Hamilton. He's going to go 4 to Saskatchewan. Montreal up next on the board. Bowling Green had a good season last year too. They got a bowl game too. They got a bowl game last season. Don't see them in many of. I miss those styles of jerseys. They fit more loose and comfortable. It is big Y like your Texas jersey. I know it is big, but just the style of them is more flexible. Yeah, they look more homey too. They look better. I get what you're saying. I agree with you, Steven. Wish they'd go back to that style. Let me know, chat in the poll, if your team got the pick that you were looking for or not. You're happy with your pick. Hamilton here, linebacker from Windsor. David Vershuk. Defensive player taken here. Canadian from Windsor. Should be a good defensive ad there for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. We got the Alouettes on the clock now. They're expected to look at Christopher Fortin, defensive lineman from Connecticut. From Quebec, we'll see what they do. We also got Jackson Finlay on the board still, defensive back from Western. Harris Sean, defensive lineman from LSU. He's still on the board. Expected to go to Toronto. That's what the mock draft. I don't know how many picks here is actually televised for the draft. It's only 2 hours long, but there's the 72. There's 72 picks in the draft, but we're not going to see all 72. Or is it day by day? I'm not sure how the format is. Somebody maybe let me know in chat or something. Tailgate pass. Hold fucking. tough to see the Raptors now. I know 2019 was the year for you guys, and first in the late 2010s. Hope they get back to those winning ways again. Hopefully, we should going in the next season. Our lineup's looking pretty good. Milwaukee will be out of the fray soon. See what they do with Giannis and everyone. Toronto should in theory have a good season next year. Make the playoffs. Miami's down. Excuse me, sorry. Chicago's down. With the addition of Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and a lot of our rookies getting a lot of time on the court in the later half of the season, we should be looking good going in the next. I have confidence that we should at least make the playoffs. I'm not saying stupid deep playoff Eastern Conference Finals run, but we should at least make the playoffs. Alouettes pick is in chat. See who they take here. Fifth pick here. Tiger Shanks, offensive lineman from UNLV. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 325 pounds from Vancouver. Started 38 of his 51 games at tackle for UNLV. Two-time All-Mountain West All-Star. First UNLV offensive lineman to do that. And he helped UNLV be one of the top rushing schools in the NCAA, ranked 6th by the CFL Central Scouting. Only gave up 11 pressures and 410 pass attempts. That's really good. That's a big boy going to Montreal. That's a big man. 325. Whew. Thanks for the live stream. I will head out to eat. It's almost 6 p.m. here. I hope you get more views, subs, and up the great work, Matt. Happy to join in for the short time. Appreciate you, Steven. Have a good night, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. You have a great evening as well. Get you coming in. UNLV had a good season last year. Won their bowl game against California, 24-13. Tiger Shanks was part of that. Rebels went 11-3 last year. So they had a really good season in the Mountain West. I know that because they stomped my team in Hawaii. So not my main team, but one of my teams in the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Rebels stomped them out in a game late in the season. What does everyone think of that pick? Top 5 picks already in. Winnipeg on the clock now. We're looking at potentially taking Jackson Finlay, defensive back from Western. Still have Parashon on the board. Eric Anderson. Jalen Smith from North Texas. Tiger Shanks was expected to go in the second round. He got taken in the first, so there we go. Good for him. Jeremiah Ojo still on the board. The drafted by Oh yeah, and Curtis Rourke was drafted by the 49ers. That's right. That's right. Winnipeg on the clock now, chat. Who do you think they're gonna take after the names I just listed off to you? We got still quite a few on the board. Arian Newell's still up too, defensive lineman from Queens. Connor Shea was expected to go first to Calgary, linebacker from Wyoming. He's still on the board. David Vershuk was taken over him. I don't know what I don't know what Hamilton was looking at there. Vershuk wasn't even on the board in the top 2 rounds, so I feel like that was kind of a shot in the dark pick. I don't know why they went with. Looks like a good play. I don't know. Looks like a good player. I don't watch Canadian university football, so I'm gonna pick up next to see who they go with. That looks like a good pick though for Montreal. Coming from a good program, had a good season last year, got a bowl game victory. First, Connor Shea, linebacker from Wyoming, going to Winnipeg. 6'2", 232 from Danville, California. 49 games at linebacker and special teams. 97 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 1 interception in his NCAA career. He's invited to the New York Jets minicamp. He was ranked 4th by CFL Central Scouting. A lot of people had him going number 1 to Calgary. They were I saw a lot of Connor Shea was gonna go 1. He's not. He's going number 6 to Winnipeg. I don't know why Hamilton didn't look at him. He looks like he'd be a good fit for the Winnipeg defense. Looks like a good pick. Big guy. Wish Hamilton took him. Guy wasn't even guy that Not even on the fucking top two. Eating on the guy. I'm just. Maybe he'll ball out, but I don't know. Twenty-two games without wins. They're recording 160 tackles, 14 tackles for 9 sacks, 5 pass knock fumbles. Also playing in Ontario. Connor Shea is fucking coming from defensive one FBS football. Guess he only had one starting season they mentioned, but I don't know. Toronto up next, chat, with the number 7th pick. Still got Parashon on the board, Eric Anderson, Jackson Finlay, Christopher Fortin, Aiden Harris still on the board, Darian Newell, Jalen Smith, Sam Carson. Got a lot of picks here that Toronto can go with. They're looking at a potential defensive lineman in the draft here. Lost a defensive end, a defensive back, linebacker, and a defensive back all in the offseason. Gonna need some help on the defense. They did get 2 linebackers, though, so we'll see. Toronto went 10-8 last season. They also, of course, won the Grey Cup. That's 2022 Grey Cup champion. Also, this past season, Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Pick number 7 coming up here. He and Edmonton don't have picks here. Perez, yeah. White fell out of the top two. 3 to Ottawa. That's just who they're interviewing now. Let me know in the poll if you got your picks right. If your team got what they wanted, happy with the picks. I'm not really with Hamilton, but the last pick in round 1 coming up here, Calgary. Oh, sorry, Toronto. My mistake. Toronto. They take Jeremiah Ojo, defensive lineman. Defensive lineman from Montreal. From Montreal. 6'3", 236 pounds. Two-time CIS All-Star 2023 and 24. Ranked second in sacks in the CIS with 7. He ran a 4.59 at the CFL Combine, fastest among the defensive line. He was ranked number 16 by the CFL Scouting Bureau. Jeremiah Ojo, picked up number 7 by the Toronto Argonauts. They were looking for a defensive lineman. I was thinking it was going to be Parashon, LSU, but they decided to go with Ojo. I was thinking maybe Montreal. He was going to go to the Alouettes, coming from Montreal, playing for the University of Montreal. Think he would go to the Montreal Alouettes, the second round. 6th pick in the 7th round. Nope. Goes in the first round, 7th pick to Toronto. Former basketball player, too. Last pick in the first round coming up here. Calgary Stampeders, their 2nd pick in the first round here. Seems like we got a lot of depressed CFL fans in the poll tonight. Only got 3 votes, and they're all no. I got 100% no. A lot of people not happy, I guess, with the picks their teams are taking. I'm 50-50 with Hamilton's pick because I'm not upset with the linebacker pick. I'm okay with the linebacker pick. I haven't heard of David Vershuk. Like I said, that's my own ignorance. I don't watch Canadian University college football. I don't know his game like that, but I don't know. I don't know. We still had Connor Shea on the board from Wyoming. Number 6 to Winnipeg. I mean, I maybe would have looked at him. Still Jalen Smith from North Texas on the board. Linebacker. Could have gone with him. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I got to see more of his footage. I got to see more tape of him. I got to see his game because, like I said, I don't know it. I'm not gonna lie. When you had 2 defensive one FBS linebackers up for the pick, they went with homie from Windsor. Again, I don't know anything about him. I'm just like, okay. Connor Shea's numbers almost match up to Devin Vershuk's. After 1 season of being a starter at Wyoming, I believe Vershuk spent 3 Windsor. Kind of like, yeah, you know. Last pick coming up for the Stampeders. I got the number 1 overall. They got Damian Alford, wide receiver from Utah. Still got the defensive lineman Darian Newell on the board from Queens. Still got Hayden Harris from Montana. Christopher Fortin, Jackson Finlay, Eric Anderson, offensive lineman from Western. They're expected to take in a mock draft here. At wide receiver, one offensive player. See if they go offense again or switch up to a. But I believe the first 2 rounds are only going to be televised here. Because, like I said, the draft is only 2 hours here. We're just at pick 8 an hour in. I think my this stream didn't up. God damn. The last pick in the first round here. Dan Peters with the first and 8th. They take Christopher Fortin, offensive lineman from UConn. 6'5", 300-pound lineman from Saint Rene, uh, Quebec. 2024, he allowed 0 sacks and 421 blocking attempts. Played 41 games at UConn, and he won the gold medal for Canada at the Under-19 World Championships. He's ranked number 10 by the CFL Scouting Bureau. He goes number 8 to Calgary. And I know Connecticut had a very good season last year, too. They made a bowl game, and they won that bowl game for the first time in I don't know how many years. Connecticut is a very much a struggling football program in Division One FBS football. The NCAA, and they had a very good season last year, like I mentioned, winning a bowl game for the first time in I don't know how many years. Looks like he'll be a good offensive lineman to go. Expected to go number 5 to Montreal. He'll go 8 to Calgary. Round 2 is underway now. Hamilton on the board. That's the end of the first round, chat. Calgary, Hamilton, Ottawa, Saskatchewan, Montreal, Winnipeg, Toronto, and Calgary again all got their picks in. Top 8 in. Second round about to go underway. Hamilton's got the first pick in the second round. Not a bad pick for Calgary. Went with another offensive pick. A lot of room for improvement there for Christopher Fortin. He had 1 year as a starter at UConn, but impressive numbers nonetheless. And it also happened to be when they had their best season in like decades. UConn is not a good football program. Those of you in here that do not watch NCAA. Linebackers still available. Jackson Finley, Western still available. Hayden Harris were expected to go in the first round. They're going to drop to the second. Ali Sa was expected to go in the second. He went in the first. A lot of good picks still on the board. Sam Carson, offensive lineman, still up. Taylor Elgersma, quarterback from Wilfrid Laurier, still on the board too. He's expected to go in the second. Curtis Work got taken. Yeah, no defensive backs taken in the first round. That's true. Yeah. Two wide receivers in the top three in the first round. I don't see that a lot. No quarterbacks taken because obviously less teams in the CFL. Most already have CFL quarterback rotation in place. But it never hurts to get a good young backup. You'll see what teams decide to do in the second round here if a quarterback gets taken or not. There were two expected to go, but Curtis Rourke went San Fran in the NFL draft. From Indiana, they got exposed for being frauds in the playoffs. I think the first 19 picks are going to be televised here in the draft chat because, yeah, it ends in about 50 minutes and we still got 10 picks to go. Still got 3 votes in the poll, all no. Still don't have a happy CFL fan in the chat yet. Everyone seems to be upset over their picks. Fuck. All right, chat. Hamilton's pick is in. Ninth pick in. Isaiah Banya, defensive end from BYU. 6'3", 261 pounds from Lethbridge, Alberta. 2024, he played 13 games. He started in only 7. But in those 7, he got 25 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and 2 pass blocks. In his NCAA career, he played 50 games, started in 23, 110 tackles, 12 sacks, and he ran for 4.9640 and a 31.5-inch vertical at the CFL Combine. He was ranked number 12 by the CFL Scouting Bureau. Isaiah Banya, defensive lineman from BYU, taken from my team, Hamilton here. BYU had a good season last year. 50 games in the NCAA. He's only started in 23. He only started for a handful last year. Only started in 7 last year. He was at Boise State prior to BYU. Okay, that's why. Started 27 career games. Most of them were all at BYU. A handful played at at Boise State, sorry, only a handful played at BYU. Another linebacker pick. Oh, sorry, defensive end, sorry. For BYU. So we take a big man on the line in the first round, in the offensive line. Then we take a big man on the defensive line, the second round. Played defensive end and linebacker back and forth in college, so he's got experience in the position. I don't know about that pick. That's it for Hamilton in the first 2 rounds, chat. In the first round, we took David Vershuk, linebacker from Windsor. Now we take defensive lineman, defensive end, Isaiah Banya from BYU. Again, do not know much about him. Stats look okay. Was not in the top 2, not the top 19 picks here on a mock draft expected to go. Still Silas Hubert from Queens up. Jeremiah Ojo already taken. Jalen Smith is still up on the board. He's linebacker. Edmonton on the board now. This is going to be their first pick in the draft overall. Okay, fuck. Gotta buy. I hate moving the setup every time I fucking. Let me know in the poll chat if you're happy. Your team's draft pick so far. Hamilton is done in the 2 rounds. I don't know how. I don't know how I feel after seeing the second pick. I kind of liked our first pick in David Vershuk more because I really don't know how I feel about this guy. Look at defensive end and an offensive linebacker. I was kind of hoping for maybe another real good receiver for Bo Levi. And Darian Newell, defensive lineman from Queens, taken number 10th in the draft by the Edmonton Elks. 6'3", 289 pounds from Brampton. Two-time All-Canadian first-team All-Star. One-time All-Canadian second-team All-Star. 2024, he recorded 33 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks. Not bad stats there. 92 tackles, 27 and a half tackles for a loss, and 18 sacks in 37 games overall for Queens. He was ranked number 8 by the Scouting Bureau. Darian Newell taken now off the board. He was expected to go 3 overall to Ottawa. Falls to number 10 to Edmonton. I think that's a really good pick for the Edmonton Elks. 92 tackles in his career at Queens. 18 sacks in 37 games is not a bad stat. He was expected to go top 3 in the first round, chat. He falls down here to the second and the 10th. I think that's a steal for Edmonton. I think they're really happy with that pick. If you're an Elk, you have to be. Like, there's even that guy. Like, the Tiger Cats could have picked him. I don't know why. Oh, man. That's it for the top 10 picks. Darian Newell, defensive lineman, goes to Edmonton. BC up next. They get their first pick in the draft here. They have 2 in the second year. He likes me. On Arby's again. He needs to beef and cheddar. Want beef cheddar? I would, but I'm not. They have those fucking. That looks really Arby's. Want to cut it down to those? First, gotta look that up. We're so bad, man. We're so bad. Whoa. Look,
Oh, it's turkey.
oh yeah, and it's turkey too, so it's good fucking. Um, I'm gonna flip a coin, but I feel like I've already. Fuck yeah. Yeah, let me know if you're happy with your draft selection so far. The CFL draft. Top 10 picks are off the board. Still got Hayden Harris from Montana still up. Jackson Finlay still here. Paris Shan. Eric Anderson. Jalen Smith is still up. He was expected to go first. Sam Carson's still up. Let me know in the poll if you're happy with your picks and if you got one coming up who you're expecting to take, chat. Feel kind of indifferent with the Tiger Cat picks. Shut myself out. Oh, on stream. Magaloo! Last three picks for the Lions. They took a defensive back, a wide receiver, and an offensive lineman. I know they're all for grocery or alcohol, wine. I know. That's what I've told you. I don't get. I fucking gets them. Willis gets them. I don't get. Oh, convenient. Kids, Arby's.
Would you?
Oh, I landed.
You
Did not. Did not. It
I
landed on
literally-
her. I have to get. I don't even. I don't even know. Do you want to try it? Number 11, pick up for BC. They take Hayden Harris, a defensive lineman from Montana. He's finally off the board. He was expected to go in the first round. 6'5", 255 pounds from Mill Creek, Washington. 2024, he recorded 52 tackles, 17 tackles for a loss, 9.5 sacks. He was 2024 second team All Big Sky All Star, and his grandfather David Mills was draft pick of the NBA. Oh, it's so cute. Joey Turk. Like their Galoo. They're giving
He means like I know I my mindset has to
get loaded. They also have it. They also have it in just BLT. There goes Hayden Harris from Montana. The BC Lions, their first pick in the draft. He was a top four, expected to go in the first round. Saskatchewan. 225 pounds. Seems like he'll fit with BC. Ottawa Red Blacks are on the clock now at pick number 12. And Jalen Smith, Texas still on the board. The Red Blacks could have a steal of a draft here. Excuse me. I already took Keelan White, go to wide receiver from Montana. I could take Jalen Smith here from North Texas, linebacker. He was expected to go 10 to Edmonton. Of course, they took Newell, who was expected to go 3 in the first round. Sam Carson is still on the board if Ottawa wants to take him from ULM, offensive lineman. Yeah, Jackson Finley's still on the board from Western defensive back. A lot. He's still on the board too. That could be a steal for Ottawa. If I were you, I would get the beef and cheddar something. Sam Curtison from UNLM goes to Ottawa with the 12th pick. I missed his stat page there. I'm sure it was well. He's ranked high in the second round of the draft. He was expected to go 12th and to Ottawa, and he did. Yeah, Sam Curse. Yeah. Wow, in the mock draft they had him going number 4 in the second round, 12th to Ottawa. And he did. Saskatchewan on the board now. They were looking at maybe potentially a backup quarterback. Saskatchewan on the board now with the 13th pick. Saskatchewan takes offensive lineman Eric Anderson from Western. He's 6'5", 314 pounds from London, Ontario. He appeared in 38 games for the Mustangs. He's a two-time first-team All-Canadian, and he's JP Metro's Award nominee for top lineman in Canada. Is ranked number 18 by the CFL Scouting Bureau. Eric Anderson going to Saskatchewan from London, Ontario. With the 13th pick in the draft. There we go. They had Eric Anderson mock drafted a little higher, going number 8 in the first round to Calgary. Drops down to the second here, and he goes to Saskatchewan. Wow. Still got fucking Jalen Smith on the board. Jackson Finlay still on the board. Panel was saying really should have gone in the first round. I can't believe he's still dropping. Still got Taylor Elgersima. Goyes. We haven't had a quarterback drafted yet. Damien Alford's been taken. Silas Hubert from Queens is still on the board. Then Vibert, South Dakota State. That's it for Saskatchewan in the first two rounds, chat. They come out with offensive lineman Eric Anderson in the second. And in the first, they got Ali Sad, defensive lineman from Bowling Green. Didn't even give us any stats for Eric Anderson. Gave us his name and just. Alouettes on the board now. 14th pick, Montreal. They were looking to take Jeremiah Ojo, but he's already been taken. Defensive lineman from Montreal. He went in the first round to Toronto. Nice to see him stay in. Jalen Smith And Jackson Finley still on the board. Montreal with a chance here to take a really good player. They took Tiger Shanks, offensive lineman from UNLV, in the first round. Winners in the draft so far, I'd say Ottawa. Taking Keelan White, steal third. They got Samuel Carson, offensive lineman from Louisiana Monroe. Good offensive lineman. Ottawa's got some good picks here. Got to see what BC does with their 19th pick, but they're doing well so far too. They got Hayden Harris, defensive lineman from Montana. Should have gone earlier in the draft, but he's going to be a late steal for them, I believe. I'd probably say Ottawa. Ottawa's done pretty well in the draft so far. I'd say they're the winners so far. Montreal, see what they do with their pick here. Could be Montreal. They got Tiger Shanks in the first round. See what they do now. They take Jalen Smith or Jackson Finley, then I'll say Montreal's the winner so far in the draft. And here's the pick with the 14th. They take Nate Boscheman, defensive back from Calgary. 6'1", 204 pounds from Kelowna, BC. 2024, he recorded 41 tackles, 4 interceptions, touchdowns. That'd be 2 interceptions. And he got a touchdown. Won the 2024 President's Award for the top standing defensive player. And he's second in U Sports with 4 interceptions. Here's ranked 20th in the CFL Central Scouting. Played for the BC Dinos. Nate Boscheman going to the Montreal Alouettes. 14th pick in the second round. Gotta be something going on here with Jackson Finley. They had him going fucking top in the first round, number 6 to Winnipeg, and he still has yet to be selected. I don't know much about him, but the panel keeps raving about the kid, so I don't know what teams know that we don't, that they're not selecting him. But Nate Boscheman from Calgary, defensive back, going to Montreal. Winnipeg is up next. I mentioned they took Connor Shea, a steal, I believe, from them, linebacker from Wyoming. Still have a very good draft here. Still take Jackson Finley. He's still on the board. Silas Hubert, they could still take if they're looking for another defensive lineman. What they do here. Yeah, be right back. So I give medication to my cat quick. 5 picks remaining, chat. Winnipeg on the board. Got a steal in Connor Shea. He was expected to go number 1 overall in the entire draft. Linebacker from Wyoming. They could take a steal here. They take Jalen Smith, linebacker from North Texas. Winnipeg is the winner so far in this draft. Jalen Smith, linebacker from North Texas. He's 6'2", 227 pounds from Hamilton, where I currently live at the moment. 2024, recorded 106 tackles, 1 interception. 2024, third team All ACC honors. And he recorded 160 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble in 4 seasons at North Texas. Jalen Smith, fast linebacker from North Texas, goes number 15 overall to Winnipeg. Winnipeg building a dominant linebacker locker room here. Take Jalen Smith. He was expected to go number 10 in the second round here. And they got Connor Shea, the other linebacker from Wyoming, who was expected to go number 1 overall in the draft. They came in and took him at number 6. Now they take another linebacker at number 15. Another highly recruited one. He's going to be a smart roster upgrade for for Winnipeg. Doesn't have a lot of playing experience at the FBS level, Division 1, but he should still be a good pick nonetheless. Winnipeg got a steal there with a highly regarded ranked player in the draft at number 15, second round. Argos are up next with the 16th pick. He has some stops. I don't know. It's between Winnipeg and Ottawa so far. Ottawa with Steele and Keelan White, and then they got Sam Carson, good offensive lineman. Winnipeg's got some good picks here too. Two really good linebackers on their D. Good depth added. Sam Peters have a good pick with Damian Alford, wide receiver from Utah. See what they do with the 17th. Toronto up next. They took Jeremiah Ojo, defensive lineman from Montreal. They take with the 16th pick. We're almost done here, chat. 4 more picks. Take a quick commercial break. Toronto, Calgary, Winnipeg, and BC. The last 4 teams here. Second round. What's going to be televised of the draft here? 1 second. I believe the first 2 rounds. Forget to let me know in the poll too, chat, if you're happy with who your team has drafted so far. Who your team is too. Interested to know. Some top picks still on the board with our final 4 teams remaining. Jackson Finlay was expected to go in the first round to number 6. He's still on the board. Paris Sean, defensive lineman from LSU, is still up. Jalen Smith was just taken. Haven't seen a quarterback taken yet. Curtis Work was expected to maybe go in the draft, but he was taken obviously in the NFL draft to San Fran. Silas Hubbard still up. Ethan Vibert. Arvin Hosseini. Top picks that are still up on the board for the rest of these 4 teams. Draft is almost finished here, chat. I don't know how I feel about Hamilton's picks, like I've already lamented. Seeing who we drafted with the 9th, I kind of feel better about the 2nd pick, but fucking shoddy too. Wouldn't mind another really good cornerback. Wouldn't have complained if we took Jackson Finley. I haven't seen a DB taken yet. Oh, sorry, that's my mistake. Nate Busherman. Sorry, it's defensive back from Calgary. Went 14 to Montreal. My mistake. We have 1 defensive back. No quarterbacks yet. 3 wide receivers in the top 3. Damn, Eric Anderson was potentially going to go to the Giants. Fell back in the CFL draft. We got a trade in the draft, chat, between BC and Toronto. BC is going to get the 2025, the 2nd round pick. So they're going to jump up to the 16th spot now instead of Toronto. And in the 4th round, they're going to get pick number 37. Toronto is going to get the going down to the 19th overall selection. And in the 4th round, they'll get pick 29. So that means BC is on the board now. And yeah, Toronto drops down to 19. So we'll have BC taking a 16th pick here. I got defensive lineman Hayden Harris from Montana, the 11th. And they take Jackson Finley, the defensive back from Western. He was a top 10 pick expected in the 1st round. Sorry, top 9. 6'2", 207 pounds from North Vancouver, BC. 82 tackles, 4 sacks, 8 interceptions at Western. He's a 2-time OUA All-Star and 2024 OUA Defensive Player of the Year. Great-grandfather, father, and uncle played in the CFL. Will pursue a medical degree after his CFL career. Jackson Finley, our 2nd defensive back to be taken off the board, going to the BC Lions. They expected him to go in the 1st round at number 6 to Winnipeg. He drops all the way down to 16 to the BC Lions. Still think that's a really good pick for the Lions. Lions having a really good draft too here. They got Hayden Harris from Montana. Highly take Jackson Finley here, that panel saying is a highly regarded player. Still got to see what the Argos and the Stampeders do, but Winnipeg's had a good one too. Connor Shea taken. And they got Jalen Smith from North Texas. They still got a pick at 18 too, so they'll have 3 picks here the first 2 rounds. Winnipeg might be the winners here if they can lock up another really good pick here in the 18th round. Hamilton, no. Saskatchewan, not bad for what they needed. BC's got really good picks here. Edmonton took a defensive lineman from Queens with a lot of high regard towards him. They only have the 1 pick in the first 2 rounds, so I can't really give them the winner of the draft when you have 1 pick in 2 rounds. 3 teams remaining, chat, after Toronto swapped with BC. We now got Calgary, Winnipeg, and BC left on the board. Sorry, Toronto. Toronto with the last pick at 19. Taken really low. Stampeders up next, chat. They got 3 picks in the first 2 rounds here. They've already taken Damian Alford with the number 1 pick, wide receiver from Utah. Then they took Christopher Fortin, offensive lineman from Connecticut. Who do they take here? Quincy Vaughn, a tight end from North Dakota. From Hamilton, tight end from North Dakota, 6'4", 251 pounds from Hamilton. 2024, he recorded 11 rushes. 11 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 14 carries, 22 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. He's a former D1 quarterback converted to tight end. 17 sneak touchdowns in his college career. He's younger brother of former Ticat defensive lineman Justin Vaughn. And his career as a quarterback, and then transferred to a tight end. Wow. I believe that's our first tight end taken in the draft here. And it is. First tight end we've seen taken on in the draft here goes to Calgary. Quincy Vaughn, tight end from North Dakota. Not bad stat. Not bad stats. 111. Couple touchdowns. Not a terrible looking pick. Stats didn't really jump off the screen at me. You know, when we're talking about Division One tight end like level. Like they used him a lot maybe on scrimmage, short yard situations. His reception yards were good, but the rushing, yeah, they use him on looks like on film here in a lot of scrimmage plays. Winnipeg with the next pick. Final two picks here, chat. Winnipeg's had a pretty good night. They took Connor Shea, linebacker from Winnipeg, from Wyoming. Sorry, he was expected to go number 1 overall in the draft. They took him at number 6. Then they took another linebacker at Jalen Smith from North Texas, and they got a pick coming up here. Still got Arvin Hosseini, offensive lineman from UBC up. Ethan Viburn, another offensive lineman from South Dakota State. Silas Hubert, defensive lineman from Queens. I haven't seen a quarterback taken yet. We got 2 teams remaining. Taylor Elgersma, quarterback from Wilfrid Laurier, still up. You take him. Paris Sean, defensive lineman from LSU, could still be taken. Winnipeg beefing up their 2 picks on the defensive side of the ball. See what they do. Decide to switch it over to offense with their last pick in the top 2 rounds here. Vaughn, they're just saying averages about 1.3 yards in his career there at South Dakota State. Sorry, North Dakota. Which is pretty much like scrimmage tight end play, yeah. Using him in a lot of 1 yard short yardage situations. Say, can't talk tonight. I feel like a fucking dum dum. Got 2 picks remaining, chat. Let me know in the poll if you're happy, or in the chat. Tell me if you're happy with the picks you've taken tonight, and if you're not. 2 teams remaining: Winnipeg and Toronto. Toronto's had a pretty good. Winnipeg's had a pretty good night. What they do with their 3rd pick here. Pick is in. 3rd pick, 18th overall here for Winnipeg. They take Taylor Elgersma, the quarterback from Wilfrid Laurier. We got our first quarterback taken in the draft, chat. Sorry. Quarterback from Wilfrid Laurier. 6'4", 216 pounds from London, Ontario. He's a 2024 HEC Crichton winner. Will attend Packers and Bills rookie camp, so he could still potentially be drafted into the NFL. He's got a 73.5% completion, 4,011 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions last season with Wilfrid Laurier. He's the first Canadian-born quarterback to be invited to the Senior Bowl. He was ranked 14th overall by the CFL Scouting Bureau. And he got drafted to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who have Zach Collaros at the moment. So I don't know what Don't know if he's gonna stay with the Blue Bombers. Like I said, he's still got Packers and Bills rookie camps coming up. They could still look at him. So we got our first Canadian-born quarterback in the draft taken off the board. Goes in the second round to Winnipeg. At the moment, they got Zach Collaros starting, Chris Streveler as a backup, Jay Patterson as a backup, and the quarterbacks here for Winnipeg. Free. Got three quarterbacks at the moment. Zach Collaros will obviously be their starter. Shea Patterson, yeah. Chris Streveler, yeah. Taylor El Gersma could be a good backup there to provide depth to their quarterback room in Winnipeg. Chat, my food is here. Last pick for Toronto is coming up. I'll try to be as quick as I can. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. First quarterback taken tonight, chat. Canadian born, sorry. Canadian made, going to Winnipeg. Taylor Elgersma. Final pick is in. Toronto Argos after the trade with the BC Lions, 16-19. Last pick in the second round here. And the Argos take Paris Shan, defensive lineman from LSU. Calgary is up next. Defensive line, LSU. Paris Shan, 6'4", 268 pounds. He's from Toronto. 2024, he recorded 24 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, and 2 sacks. We all know what LSU's season went last year, unfortunately. They didn't have a very good one. 83 tackles, 14 and a half tackles for a loss, and 9 sacks at Arizona and LSU. And he's also a member of silver medal winning under 16 Canadian basketball team. So he's got the dynamic between the two sports. Sean goes 19th overall to the Toronto Argonauts. The mock draft, they had him going in the first round, number 7 to Toronto. Goes in the second round, 19th, still to Toronto, so not bad overall. Toronto born, goes back to his hometown to play for them. Gotta be nice for him. Fourth defensive lineman taken here, second round. Arian Newell, Aiden Harris from Montana, good pick there. And I guess Paris Shan. So 3, sorry, forgot Isaiah Banya was a defensive end at BYU. Oh, he signed with the Bills? He just mentioned something about him signing with the Bills first, and that's why he dropped so low. Because they had Paris Shan going in the first round. Dropped way down. Isaiah Banya, overall in the second round here, chat, taking number 9 for the Tiger Cats. 10, Darian Newell, defensive lineman going to Edmonton. 11, BC, Hayden Harris, defensive lineman going to BC. 12, Samuel Carson, an offensive lineman going to Ottawa. 13, Saskatchewan, Eric Anderson, another offensive lineman going to Saskatchewan. Defensive lineman, defensive lineman, defensive lineman. 2 offensive linemen in a row. We take it over to 14, Nate Bushaman, our first defensive back taken tonight. 14 going to Montreal. 15, Jalen Smith, linebacker, expected to go in the first round, going to Winnipeg. 16, Jackson Finlay, our second defensive back taken tonight, going to BC. He was expected to go much higher in the first round. At 17, Quincy Vaughn, a tight end, going to the Calgary Stampeders. At 18, Taylor Elgersma, our first quarterback tonight, Canadian born and raised, going to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And our final pick at 19, Paris Shan, defensive lineman from LSU, from Toronto, going to the Toronto Argonauts. Now, the CFL draft goes for the rest of the night, chat. There's 8 rounds in the draft, but they only televise 2 of them. So I can't watch the rest. I could hang out and talk with you guys, and I don't know what they're doing because they talk about taking a quick break. We'll be right back. But I guess only the first 2 rounds of the draft are televised. That confuses the shit out of me. Oh, oh no, it's still live on TSN Plus. I thought it was fucking. Oh, on TSN Plus is where the rest of it can. Oh, I might just do the first 2 rounds. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna. I might just do the first 2. Cause on TSN they had it on their streams here, fucking 6 to 8. So I was like, okay, I guess only the first 2 rounds are gonna be televised. But on TSN Plus here, they still have the CFL draft, so I don't know if we the rest of it or if only the first 2 rounds are televised. Hamilton has 2 picks in the third round. I don't know what happened now. I probably sound like an idiot, but oh, okay. I'm a dum dum. I'm being a stupid dum dum. First 2 rounds will be broadcasted on the normal TSN sites. Exclusive coverage of rounds 3 to 8 are on TSN Plus. Okay, I might just do the first 2 rounds, chat. I know there's 8 rounds in the draft, and if it was the NFL, I'd probably go longer. But I wasn't planning on going this long. If I knew that the rest of the draft, if I knew that the whole draft was gonna be televised, I would have like done a better stream setup. But fuck me, I might just end it. Fuck, I didn't do that. Like in the not even. All right, chat. I think that's gonna be all for me tonight. I'm just gonna cover the first 2 rounds of the draft for y'all because I'm not gonna stay at for the rest of the 8 rounds. This is gonna go to like 12, and I didn't know the rest was all gonna be televised. I thought it was just the first 2 rounds, but I am wrong. That's gonna be all for me tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the draft. I appreciate it if you came in. Tiger Cats, David Vershuk, linebacker from Windsor, and Isaiah Banya, defensive end from BYU, is who we took tonight in the first 2 rounds. Hamilton's got 2 picks in the third round. I'll see who they take. But that's going to be all for me tonight. I appreciate you joining, chatting, liking, subbing if you did. And I will catch you all in the next stream, which will be tomorrow night for NBA playoffs. I hope you all have a good, safe night. Get you joining, and I'll catch you all tomorrow night.